Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I have my May bullet journal plan with me video. I actually forgot about this video the other day whenever I planned my May TBR. I forgot that I would be doing my May plan with me on whatever day the 1st was, and I kind of forgot that the 1st was on a Saturday this month. But anyways, here I am talking to you on a weekend. This theme this month was actually inspired by this dish rag and hot pad set I found at the Family Dollar that was lemon and lemonade themed, and I thought it was really cute, and that kind of inspired what I wanted to do in my bullet journal this month. So I hopped on Pinterest. I looked at a few different lemon doodles to figure out the best way for me to do them, if I wanted to do a more minimal style, if I wanted to color them in, if I wanted to keep them black and white, how I wanted to do it, and I ultimately decided to just hand draw them with pencil first and then go over them with marker. And I actually ended up not outlining them, and I think I like the way they look without outlines in the end. I almost outlined them, but I couldn't make up my mind. And I just decided, if I don't like them, I can't take away the outlines once they're done, so they are there. Anyways though, I don't really have a lot to say about the theme. It's pretty simple, it's pretty cute in my opinion. I went with the blue just because that was also on the dish rag and stuff that inspired me. And I just really like the way it looked. I'm pretty happy with the way this theme turned out. And this is one that I can definitely see myself continuing throughout the month, even on my little weekly pages or daily pages, to kind of, keep this section of my bullet journal looking consistent. I also, in April, had a pretty rough time reading, and you'll hear more about that on Tuesday in my actual May or April wrap-up. But April was a pretty slumpy month for me, both as far as reading, and I did get content out every week, but I think a lot of that had to do with all the planning I did before April. And so I'm actually trying to plan my content for May at the moment still. I have most of my videos planned out, but I'm still missing one or two that I'm trying to figure out ideas for. I don't want to have too many vlogs going up just because I kind of sometimes get bad about continuing vlogs and get distracted and forget to continue them. And so I don't want to have more than 2 vlogs going at a time just to kind of help myself. And then at the same time, I don't have any tags I want to do this month. I think the next tag that I will probably do will be the mid-year book freakout tag in June, I think. I liked that one last year and I want to do it again this year and just kind of see how things are different. And pretty soon, I think I also want to go through a bunch of books on Goodreads and see what books that I am anticipating most for the second half of 2020. A lot of the books that I was anticipating for 2021 have already came out. And I whenever I made my most anticipated videos or books of 2021 video, most of them were books that were coming out from January until summer. There's a few that are coming out later in the year that were in that video, but not very many. This is also my pretty standard calendar page. I think I've been using the same calendar for almost a year now, just because it works so well. It leaves enough space that I can write down stuff that's going on, and I like it. I like the way it works. And then the little panels on the side with my task, goals, notes, and TBR, those help me kind of keep track of everything throughout the month as well. And so, like I said, this is one that I've been using for the past year almost. I haven't really changed it other than, as my theme changes. Sometimes I put something at the top, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I put something at the bottom, sometimes I don't. Today I forgot to put anything at the bottom like lemons or anything, and so I may go back and change that later because I kind of feel like it looks too blank at the bottom part of the page now. I wasn't a fan of it. Also, you'll notice that I don't have this little bucket of pins holding a selfie stick up. I finally went ahead and splurged on a little, which I say splurged, it really wasn't expensive. I just can't commit to buying stuff that isn't books. But I splurged on this little phone tripod, It also holds cameras and stuff too. I'm just not ready to buy a camera. I don't want to spend that kind of money on a camera yet whenever I don't know what I want. I don't know how to pick a camera, and my phone works well enough. But anyways, this tripod I got to work just right where you can see the legs, but I don't think it looks as bad as the little pencils and a cup holding a tripod up, or holding a selfie stick up. So I'm pretty happy with this. I think this video may look a little bit nicer than my other ones, but that may just be me. Oh, I also reorganized above my desk a little bit. I had just a regular whiteboard calendar up there since Chris and I moved into this house, and I finally went ahead and took that down because I put that up originally, that way Chris could see whatever bills we had because I kept them written on the whiteboard, and Chris never looked at it. And so I finally went ahead and took it down and put up some stuff that I like. I found these 2 little shelves that I forgot I had from whenever I was still in high school. These shelves are probably 7 or 8 years old by now, and they were with me in the apartment as well. And I found them in our closet the other day, so I put them up. I put a couple of my favorite books and then like a series that I'm hoping I will like on the shelves. They're kind of small, so the shelves like don't really hold the books perfectly well, but I think they'll be okay. And then I put up a little wall calendar and some cork boards with some pictures on them, and I like how it looks so far. These are also my habits page now. I've been tracking the same habits for a couple months now, and there's 2 at the bottom that I don't fill in just because they're more private, and so I like to fill in most of the stuff, but some of it I'll fill out, once my camera's off and I'm not showing it anymore. And like I said, I've been tracking the same habits for a while now, and January through March I did really good with the no soda tracker, but the past month I've had way too much soda most days, and so it hasn't gone great. However, this month is probably one of the months where I've had the most reading days, where I've skipped the least amount of days as far as reading goes. And I've also been keeping track of how many days I post on Instagram. I only keep track of actual posts. I don't really keep track of stories or reels yet. And I keep track of the days where I either write or edit blog posts, or days where I either, film, edit, thumbnail, do anything really relating to my YouTube stuff. And then the last thing I kind of track is going to bed at 11, which I don't think I've done more than twice in April. I've had, like I said, a really slumpy, just kind of moody month in April. And the next is my gratitude page, which is probably another one of the staple pages that I think I've used ever since I started bullet journaling. It's just one of those things that I like to include. I fill it out pretty much every day. I think I typically try to fill it out early in the day. I try to open my bullet journal within, like an hour to 2 of waking up. I don't always get to it. In fact, lately I haven't been getting to it until like the middle or end of the day at all, which kind of sucks, but that's a me problem. And the next 2 pages, or the next 2 spreads really, are my reading notes pages. I really liked these. I've been actually taking better care of these pages in a sense in April, where while I'm actually reading, I keep notes in my phone, and then I transfer those notes over to my bullet journal. And that also keeps it looking a little bit neater. I waste less space where I'm not, guessing where I will end for one book, and then starting like the notes for a new page a little bit further down, or the notes for a new book a little bit further down. I don't know if that quite makes sense, but I've been liking the way that this page looks. For example, my April reading notes pages, I feel like look really good compared to all of my previous months, because that's whenever I started doing the thing where I would take notes on my phone and then transfer those notes over to my bullet journal later. Which I know is just extra work, and it's not really the most functional or productive thing, but I like the way it looks because my bullet journal isn't just for productivity, it's also a hobby for me. And I once again continued the lemon page. I like the way it looks whenever, it's all filled out with words, and then you see like a couple of doodles that go with the theme off in the sides, near the bottom, in the corner, wherever, whatever. And like I said, this is just like an easy theme that I like. I think it'll be pretty easy to keep up with, because I think I could even draw the lemons and leaves mostly without having to necessarily draw with pencil first. I'll probably still sketch with a pencil anyways, just to make sure I'm happy with how it looks. But I think if I lost my pencil and I couldn't, for whatever reason, find another one, I could fix it, and I wouldn't hate the way it looked. This is where I just kind of continue the lemon drawings just on this other page. That way, after I fill out that first page with the reading notes, I continue to the next page. Most months I do need the full 2 spreads. Every now and then I don't, especially if it's a month where I either haven't read a lot, or a month wherever I haven't, been keeping up with my bullet journal hardly at all, because every now and then there's a month where I do all the work, make my bullet journal look how I want, and then I don't touch it. It just happens sometimes. I stay at home. I do keep appointments also in my phone as well, just that way I have it in 2 places and I'm more likely to remember it. And so I don't think it's too bad, but every now and then I do skip my bullet journaling. And then the last page, which you'll see in a minute, is kind of newer spreads that I've recently started adding within the past 2 or 3 months, where on one side it is my reading a kind of like a little page where I keep up with the books on my TBR, and then I keep up with the actual books I've read, the actual books I've DNF'd, and I kind of also keep up with the rating, genre, and the like race of the author, just to help me continue to read diversely. That way I'm kind of keeping myself in check every month, kind of seeing, okay, well, like, they were good books, but I do need to try to branch out and like read other stuff by other people, just to make sure that, I'm not only reading the same voices of the same kind of stories over and over again. These pages aren't as decorative like the reading notes page was. It's just more of like a functional page. I use most of the room on both these two spreads, and so I don't really have a lot of room to include the lemons and such like I did for the reading note spread. These are kind of like, my habits and gratitude tracker, where it's just not quite enough room. But I already told you about my reading stats page. The next page is also my pages read spread, which is newer. I think last month was the first time I started including it. And I don't think I added it to my bullet journal video, because I added it after I did my bullet journal video. But basically, I'm going to try to, in May, read 50 pages a day and see how it goes. And then I think I did the math, and it's either for 300 pages or 350 page books, which is about the average page length of most books I read. 50 pages is about 15%. And so, it's like a rough estimate trying to get to the right area. But basically, I will be tracking the amount of pages I read of physical books, and then I will be guesstimating the percentage as an ebook or audiobook. So for example, if I found out I read, 15% of an ebook or audiobook, I will probably go to the 50 page marker, just because that is what my average thing estimated, I guess. I don't know if that quite made sense. It's not, the best or most accurate tracking system. It's a rough one that I'm going to make work for myself. But anyways, this is probably where I will leave you for the voiceover, and I will talk to you on Tuesday with my April wrap-up. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you on Tuesday. Bye.